Hello, everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Fadeaway podcast. My name, of course, is Gavin. I'm here with my buddy Tait.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
You may notice that we sound a lot better, a lot clearer. There's not any lag or anything like that, and that's because we finally got our equipment in. So instead of recording on our Xbox like we were before, we actually have a setup with two mics and everything like that. I'm pretty excited about it because now we actually sound good. So...
Yeah, you're pretty giddy over there.
I am pretty giddy. But so today we're going to be talking about we're going to be doing a draft. So we have a 10-man and a coach, and we're going to be going back and forth, each picking a player one at a time. We are sticking to positions, so they have to be point guard to play point guard, center to play center, so on and so forth. And we're doing 2 of each position, so 10, and then we'll be picking a coach at the very end. Sound good?
Okay. You want to flip a coin or something to see
Yeah,
who goes
we'll
first?
flip. Hold up. Let me. Hey Siri. Flip a coin.
It's tails.
We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't call anything.
All right, let's try that again. I'm gonna call tails.
Okay, you're calling tails?
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails.
It was tails. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was tails. Tate can back me up. Okay. So I'll go first, and we don't have to go point guard, center. You can draft whoever you want at any time. And I feel like I have a pretty easy pick.
Okay.
So going first, I'm going to pick my first small forward, and I feel like I have to go with LeBron James. All right. And Tate is off to the side. He's writing all this down so we don't accidentally pick the same player twice. But I just feel like I don't feel like there's any better player in an all-time great lineup because I feel like he has the ability to produce for other people and everything like that.
Yeah, I think that's what puts LeBron towards the top is not necessarily like his, because obviously his size has to do with how well he scores and how well he can drive and finish around the rim. But his playmaking is absolutely phenomenal.
Insane.
Phenomenal for being a small forward and being a big dude. And
Oh
his
yeah,
IQ is
through the fucking roof.
through the roof.
So, but yeah, so I feel like even though, some people may argue he's not the greatest of all time, I think he is, but some may argue he's not. I definitely think he's the best teammate you could ever ask for. So I got my first pick down. Who you going to choose, Tate?
All right, well, this is first 2 picks are probably going to be pretty easy. I'm going to have to go with the man, Michael Jeffrey Jordan,
All right.
as my first shooting guard.
See, the only reason I would be hesitant to put him on an all-time great team is because, there's a story that came out that Magic Johnson talked about when they had the 92 Dream Team. And I can't remember who was the coach, but they had a scrimmage. So it was 5-on-5. It was like Jordan, Bird, some other dudes, and then Magic had Patrick Ewing. But it was 5-on-5, and the coach said, play this like a real game. And so basically Magic was the team captain and Jordan was the team captain. And at this point, Magic was getting up there. He was about to retire for the first time before, he came back for the All-Star game. But Jordan took it so seriously. And I get it's different because he's playing a game. I'm not saying he couldn't play with other people. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. But they started getting into it. And, it got to the point, punches were almost thrown kind of thing. But now it sounds like
You're dissing Michael
I'm
Jordan?
dissing Michael Jordan. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying I feel like LeBron's a better teammate than Michael Jordan.
That's an understandable argument and a reasonable one to make. I think Michael Jordan was a great player and a great teammate, but I feel like he had the Mamba mentality before Kobe ever came along.
Yeah, he had that killer mentality.
And was like, if you're not trying your hardest out here, then you're a bum, and I'm not going to give you the ball, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll move on to my next pick. My next pick is going to be a point guard. I'm going to go Magic Johnson. Okay. Kind of the same reason as LeBron. He's obviously going to get everybody involved. He can score if he has to. He's, 6'9", can guard anybody on the floor, can play 1 through 5. So if, I have a certain player, he fouls out, needs a break, anything like that, I can just slide in Magic right there. And yeah, I just feel like he is the ideal point guard for this kind of situation because I feel like he definitely, of all point guards we've ever seen play, he has more of that killer mentality than a lot we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So he's able to, smack talk with Michael Jordan, which
Yeah.
you don't see very much.
Mhm.
So he's definitely going to be my next pick.
Yeah, definitely arguably the greatest passer of all time, too. So
Easily.
easily. All right. For my second pick, I'm going to go with probably a pick out of left field here.
Okay.
Timmy D.
Nah, that's not a pick out of left field. Greatest power forward ever.
All right, I'm going to go with Timmy D.
Okay. Why?
Tim
Why do you
Duncan.
pick him so early is what I'm asking. Like, don't get me wrong, great pick, but why so early?
Well, I'm afraid you're going to pick him.
Okay.
So that's the. But Tim Duncan, great big man defender, great rebound, great scorer, good shooter-ish.
Mid-range.
Yeah. Not a great three-point shooter, but
He hit some.
feel like he's going to be able to defend and shut down whoever you pick. So,
We'll see about that.
all right.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I like that pick. Okay, so I'm going to match your shooting guard. I need someone who can go out and get buckets. I need
bucket.
a bucket getter. You know,
right.
Magic and LeBron. LeBron definitely, amazing scorer, But I need someone who's just going to go out there and just drop it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with rest in peace Kobe Bean Bryant.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm glad I got him before you could.
We already took it too, so.
Yeah, but like I said, I just need someone who's going to go out there and just drop it a bucket on anyone he wants to. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. I need someone who, like, in the final seconds, who the ball is going to go to, that kind of situation. So I feel like with who I have around him, he is a better pick than Michael Jordan. Just with who I have. I'm not saying he's a
Okay,
better player,
okay,
but with who I have around him at
All
this
right.
moment, he is a better pick.
All right.
Okay.
I can see that. Okay, so. I think I'm going to have to go with the center here.
You're going big man
I'm going
already.
Big man.
Okay.
I'm a big man guy.
Okay.
You're going to disagree with this pick,
Okay.
but I'm going to go with Hakeem the Dream.
I was really hoping you weren't going to pick him because that's who I was going to pick next.
Oh,
I know.
that's
I'm kind of upset now.
don't be upset. That's just unfortunate.
Shit, dude. Okay. Are you not going to spell out his last name?
No, not
Okay.
at all, because I can't.
respect that. Okay.
But I'm going with Hakeem here because, people say Kareem's best center of all time. I would argue Hakeem is.
You could.
It's arguable, but it's not
It is.
definitive. So
Center is just it's very diluted because you have all these greats. You got
Yeah.
someone like Bill Russell, which I mean, you can make the argument, it was a time era, but still 11 championships. Like
Yeah.
never again.
yeah, it's never gonna happen again.
You got Wilt, who was just a freak athlete altogether. I mean, Shaq, all those names. So okay. I gotta figure out who I want now.
That's unfortunate for you, man.
I should have had a second pick ready. Okay. You know what? I'll go center too, just to match. For my center, I think I have to go with Shaq. Are you looking up how to spell Hakeem Olajuwon's last name?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with Shaq. Most dominant player ever. I don't think it's even a debate. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want. Most dominant player ever. Great inside scorer. Had the athleticism that was way too good for a guy his size.
Guy that was 7'1" and 300 pounds.
Yeah, and had like what looked like a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
Looked insane. But I just think, with Hakeem, it's not always like, you might think of this and be like, oh, I want Magic, Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Kareem automatically. But that's not the mindset here. You have to, with this draft, you have to see what the other person is using. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, you have Hakeem, okay? So, one of the most all-around centers, could shoot the mid-range, everything like that, all-time blocks. So, I need someone who's going to get in the paint and going to do some business.
Do some business.
I
mean, it's very hard to guard Shaq because once you get in that post with him and he's got his hip up against you, you're getting backed into under the basket, and
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's very. You have to either try to take a charge or foul him if you don't want him to score. So
Absolutely. And with these, if this was a simulation, and we got all these players, with the mindset that they have, they're not doing hack a Shaq. You know what I mean? Like they're not just gonna settle for free throws for Shaq, because no one wants to play that way. Just watch free throws for half the game.
yeah,
So like Hakeem is gonna go at him. Tim Duncan is gonna do his best to go at him, which Tim Duncan is a great interior defender. But I just feel like with Shaq, it's just he's that one piece that if you have people around him that can shoot, which is I do have people who can shoot around him. He's like a Giannis. You put shooters around him, you got an amazing team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, all right, you got 2 more picks in your starting lineup.
I got 2 more picks on my starting lineup.
And you left small forward and point guard, which...
Okay, so point guard, I'm going with next. He's going to have a little bit trouble time guarding Magic, I feel like. But my man, Stephen Curry.
You're choosing Stephen Curry.
Yes. Steph Curry.
Okay, why?
Well, Curry's obviously the greatest shooter of all time, and we need a little bit of that here.
Yeah. I feel like I know who your next pick is going to be. I'm not certain. It's one of 2 players. I'm not going to say anything. But the only thing with my problem with putting Steph Curry in this kind of environment is can he handle that physical of defense?
Well, that's the thing. What rules are we playing with here? If we're playing with the 80s rules where they had hand checking and doing all that,
That's tough.
it is. It's
Because if it's like today's rule, Steph Curry is going to flourish.
yeah, obviously.
Like he's gonna drop buckets. But if we're talking 90s, he's still gonna get buckets, but it's not gonna be in the way he does it now.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be able to drive around people, like he does now that easily, and So I don't know. Let's not set a certain time period for when we're playing just quite yet. Let's just draft our players.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the last picks of the starting lineup.
But I like Curry's shooting. I think Curry's a better playmaker than he gets credit for.
Oh, I think he gets plenty of credit for it. I think he's one of, if not the best current playmaker.
Well, I feel like more people like Chris Paul and
Ricky Rubio
and people like that get more credit for.
Oh,
they're
definitely.
like pure.
They're more pure playmakers. They're more playmakers than they are scorers.
Yeah,
And
so they get more attention for their playmaking than Steph does.
Yeah, no, Steph Curry is definitely more of a scorer than a playmaker. Okay. Yeah, okay. I like that pick. Okay, so my last position is power forward.
Yes.
There's a lot of picks here.
You got a lot of people to pick from here.
I do. Power forward is a lot like center, where it's very diluted with picks, But and now this wouldn't be everyone's first pick, but I just need him for his tenacity and his just all around ability. I got to go with Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. All right, I like that pick.
He can shoot threes. Okay, so as of right now, Shaq is the only person in my starting lineup who cannot hit threes.
That's true. Magic
could hit a
can
three.
hit him.
He's not going to be super consistent, but he can hit him if he's open. So Charles Barkley, one of the greatest rebounders ever, behind someone like Dennis Rodman. Great defender, super athletic, stupid athletic, super fast. He can handle the ball. You watch clips of him, and he's getting a rebound and going all the way down the court and dunking. If you watch this man at Auburn, it literally looks unfair. It looks like a man playing against children. Like, he gets a rebound and just runs all the way down.
I know.
It looks like a 2K My Player in a My Career game. And I didn't even know much about Charles Barkley until recent years, because you see him on TNT and you're like, hey, it's the fat dude who's talking to Shaq. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you watch him like when he was good, and he does not get enough credit.
Like Suns Barkley?
Yeah. Like Suns, 76ers, Barkley. So yeah, I feel like, and the reason, like, he is not as good as who I'm going to pick off my bench from a power forward, like, overall, when you talk all-time greats, but he is, I think, a better starter.
Better starter?
Yeah, because he's going to bring that unit together. I did not pick, you have a current player. I don't have a single current player on my team yet.
I just wanted, Steph.
Okay, last pick.
The only reason, I'm going to counter your
Okay, go ahead.
Barkley pick real quick. The only thing I could say about Charles Barkley is he's a little undersized versus Tim Duncan.
Isn't Tim Duncan only like 6'9"?
I thought he was like 6'11". But Charles Barkley's only like 6'5".
He's
That's what he's listed at.
He's
I think.
6'6".
Okay, 1 inch taller. Sorry.
But you saw him. Did he have any problems against power forwards
No,
in his
I'm
day?
just saying he's a little undersized. Timmy gonna father this man.
Timmy is not gonna Okay, don't get me wrong. Tim Duncan is definitely an amazing post scorer. You have definitely probably, if we're talking just power forward center, you probably have the best post scorer duo. Mm-hmm. But hold on, let me look up how tall Tim Duncan is. But keep going. Go ahead.
I thought
with
he
your
was
next pick.
6'11", but if he's 6'9", then maybe it wouldn't make that big of a difference.
Go ahead and say.
Well,
okay, he's 6'11". So he's 5 inches taller. I don't care. Charles Barkley's gonna get like 20 rebounds. I don't care.
20 boards. All right.
20 boards.
I feel like my third pick is pretty obvious because I got to go with someone that can shut this man LeBron James down. I want Iguodala. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey man, 2015 Finals MVP right there. He shut down LeBron, even though he averaged like 37 points a game.
He averaged a triple double. I'm pretty sure that finals.
Yeah,
and, he slowed LeBron.
he did
down
his
enough.
best. Okay, go ahead. Who's your actual pick?
But my actual pick is Scottie Pippen.
Not Larry.
Dude, Larry would be a great pick, but to guard LeBron, I feel like LeBron would average 50 against Larry.
No. Okay, don't get me wrong. Larry Bird is not an amazing defender.
I'm not saying Larry is
that.
bad, but Larry is so slow, and LeBron is so fast and quick and crafty that he would just walk around that man. Larry, it would be a very good offensive matchup, but I don't think Larry could keep up with him on defense.
See, another aspect that we haven't even talked about on top of these, like, obviously we're assuming that these are, like, in their primes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when was LeBron at his best?
2014?
You think so?
I think so. 2014. He hasn't fallen off as much as you would think someone that is he 35 now?
He's 33, 34.
Well, however old he is, he's not regressed a ton, really.
See, but here's the thing is, like, I think the best LeBron we've ever seen was the 2016 finals.
I could see that.
Like, there's a lot of arguments to make about, like, 2013, 2014, stuff like that. I've never seen a player like 2016 LeBron. And don't get me wrong, I haven't been watching basketball since, like, the 80s and 90s. Don't get me wrong, I started watching basketball in, like, 2008 with the Celtics in the finals. Like, that's when I started watching basketball. Okay? And I'm only 20 years old. I don't have experience. But even through watching, because, you know, like in the 2000s, you just had to basically go off of what people said a player was. There was obviously video of it, but now we have YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, we have different websites. Like the NBA, since the NBA season ended because of Corona, has been posting full-length games on their YouTube channel. You can watch these players now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely becoming more easy because more footage is getting released and more stuff is coming out. Like The Last Dance, where you get to see...
Like The Last Dance, yeah.
You get to see...
You get to see...
Yeah.
yeah, past footage. But I wholeheartedly believe that 2016 LeBron could rival any player.
Oh, I don't doubt it. LeBron is definitely number 2. He's definitely top 5 of all time if you consider all positions. And then he's arguably wherever you want to put him there. So...
Number 1.
I know you want to put him number 1, but I'm just saying.
But the thing is,
it's
like,
not definitive, is what I'm saying.
I seem like I definitely sound like a LeBron fanboy right now.
Yeah, you do.
But the thing is, I don't like LeBron that much.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
I was picking the Clippers to win this year for the finals. I wanted them to over LeBron. I wanted Kawhi to go back to back on different teams. I want to know if that's ever been done.
I don't know.
I mean, it probably has at some point, but has it ever been done where a player has won a championship?
Patrick McCaw.
And one Finals MVP.
Okay, I don't know about 2 Finals MVP in a row and
on two different teams would have been the first time ever.
Yeah, that's an insane record.
Scottie Pippen, though. One of the greatest two-way players ever, arguably the best.
Yeah, I mean, Scottie Pippen, hearing my grandpa talking about him sometimes, shut down any 1 through 4. Probably not the best at guarding centers, but as I said on the last episode, I'm a big defense guy, so, you know, it's a cliche, but defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
you want to go your first bench slot?
So I'm wondering, are we doing, like, Are we doing like 6-man? Or are we doing just a whole nother,
I think we can just do a whole nother bench.
whole nother like one at each position again?
You could have a 6-man, but I think however you want to do it is fine.
So like if we were basing it off like who's 6-man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm picking Manu Ginobili,
Ginobili?
the greatest 6-man ever.
Okay.
But in a realistic sense like this, I'm not picking Manu Ginobili. Like,
Yeah, why don't we just go with another 5? And
Okay.
that'll be like the starting 5 and your backup and your rotation.
okay, so I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go center,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A lot of people consider him the greatest center of all time. I do personally. I don't care who you put as your backup center. If Kareem is on the floor and you don't have Hakeem, Kareem's going off for like 25 points.
Like you're saying in that one time that he's on the floor?
Whenever he's on the floor, if you don't have Hakeem, I'm talking like if our backup centers are matching up,
All right.
I don't care who it is, he's putting up buckets. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just saying. No one can stop that hook shot. Except for like Wilt blocked it a couple times. But no. I mean, most MVPs in history, 6. There's not much more you can say about Kareem. I mean, just all-time scorer, will be passed up by LeBron by the end of his
What's
career.
LeBron, third now?
I think he's second.
I don't think he's passed. No, because it's Kareem,
Malone, Kobe.
Oh yeah, Kobe passed Jordan. Oh yeah.
Okay, so he's
he
third.
just passed Kobe.
He just passed
in
Kobe. You're
January,
right. I don't
so
know why I thought it was second. No, but I think he will pass Kareem by the end of his year.
I think he will because he's 34, 35.
I think someone did the math, but if he played until he was like 40,
which he probably will.
I think he'll retire at 38.
38. I think if he wins another championship, is that when he'll
Maybe.
or if he goes to another finals or something. But
I think he only has to average like 21, 22
yeah,
points a game.
it's not like a ton for a superstar player like LeBron. So.
It's like nothing for him. Okay. Who's your first bench slot?
My first bench slot. All right. So looking at my team, I got a lot of defense in the starting 5. I don't have a lot of offense, so I got to take care of that offensive side of the ball. Okay. So we're going to go with one of the greatest offensive players of all time, Allen Iverson.
Okay, what position is he going to play for you?
Shooting guard.
You're going to put him shooting, not
That's
point guard.
That's his actual position.
I get that, but I would accept you putting him at point guard if you wanted to.
No, I'll put him at the 2.
You're going to put him at the 2.
Yes.
You're going to make Allen Iverson one of the greatest ball handlers ever not play the primary ball handler coming off the bench.
All right, I'll put him at the point guard.
Okay, yeah, put him at the point guard. Goodness.
I'll fight you right now.
I just can't believe you wouldn't put him at the point. You actually were going to... he's a shooting guard. I respect that. He's a point guard. He's a point guard. You're telling me Eric Snow is going to be the main point guard? No.
I want Eric Snow taking the ball up.
Hell no. Okay. You want to elaborate a little bit, though?
Well, Allen Iverson is definitely one of the greatest scorers of all time. I mean, definitely one of the greatest players of all time. Maybe not like...
He's
Okay.
top...
Okay, maybe
20.
not. Thank you for finishing my sentence. I was going to say, yeah, top 20, top 30.
Oh, he's definitely top 20.
But, I mean, the only real thing that held him back was he was 6 foot. So
Oh, yeah.
that was kind of the primary restriction he had. But if he was taller...
Like 6'5", like Kobe
yeah,
said?
like,
Like, if he was Kobe size,
he would have been... Oof.
like... that's... And he still had, kept the handles?
If he was able to handle the ball as well as he did at 6'5", and still be able to score the way he does, and then also be a great defender that could guard...
See, but he was a good on-ball defender when it came to, steals and stuff.
Yeah, I know. But so was Muggsy. But Muggsy...
Yeah,
5'4".
He's 5'3". But, okay.
All right, you going?
See, this is where it gets kind of difficult because, we're essentially just making, who we think would be top, 20 all the time. You know what I mean? But
This is your team.
I wanna throw-
not what ESPN puts out on their list.
Okay, so I'm going to throw a curveball
Okay, curveball. I like curveballs.
because if we're talking primes, so when they're at their best, I'm taking Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. All right.
For him to come off my bench when he was averaging 32 points a game when he was at his best on the Magic. Come on.
Oof.
Like, yeah, no, he's definitely gonna. He'll probably be my main scorer off my bench.
Off the bench.
Magic
Tracy McGrady, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Magic Tracy McGrady.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take like.
Okay, I was just
like
asking.
Spurs
Chief.
Tracy or Hawks Tracy McGrady. Are you crazy? But yeah, no, he's gonna dunk on people. He's gonna pull it for three. He's definitely gonna be my main scorer off the bench.
Okay. I got to counter that pick here.
Okay.
With
Are you countering the pick or are you countering with a player?
countering with a player.
Okay.
I don't discount Tracy McGrady.
You very much do.
I don't.
But you just don't know enough about him.
Yeah,
He's
I
my
didn't-
favorite player of all time.
Yeah, I know. You took
So-
my favorite player of all time, so
Yeah, I'm disrespectful.
actually just kidding. I'm gonna counter Kareem.
Okay.
I'm gonna counter Kareem with the man, the myth, the legend, Wilt Chamberlain. And Wilt is shutting Kareem down.
You are drunk.
Shutting him
You
down.
think? Okay, don't get me wrong. Wilt Chamberlain definitely probably
He's a product of his air a little bit, but I still think he would be very, very good. And he could
Oh no, he would.
yeah.
But the problem with Wilt is we just like you say the man, the myth, the legend. He is a legend. You know what I mean? Like we only know a little bit based off some video of him, very little because of the time,
Yeah.
and then like what people say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Which I mean, like, do I believe the 100-point game happened? Absolutely. But could it have not happened? I mean, there's no
You
video.
think that man
evidence of
just
it.
took a picture with the 100 on it and said lol?
Hey,
I'm not
listen,
saying it couldn't happen, but
there's definitely theories out there that because the NBA was kind of up and coming, didn't have the stardom.
they just threw this
They
stuff.
just threw it in there
okay.
to like get people to be like, "Holy crap! There's people putting up 100 points.
Point.
That's crazy." You know what I mean?
That's-
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Okay, so Kareem is gonna dominate Wilt. No, he's not gonna dominate.
Dominate.
Okay, that's a tough word. Okay, Kareem's gonna get buckets. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on to my next pick. So I have a 5 and a 2. I'm gonna play Tracy at the 2. He could play the 3, but he's not going to. I need a ball handler who I'm gonna put in there. Like Magic's gonna give me defense on Steph Curry. He can drive on Steph Curry. He can score if he needs to. Pass obviously, but I need someone out there who is gonna score a little bit, but mostly is gonna play defense. And facilitate.
Mm-hmm.
And I was deciding between two, but I think this is tough. I'm gonna go with Steve Nash.
Steve Nash. Steven.
Obviously an elite passer, an elite shooter as well. Can get you like passing lane steals, but might have a little bit of a hard time with Allen Iverson, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need someone who off the bench is just gonna get me like 10, 12 assists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
All right, so you don't have a 3 yet, but
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have a 3 or a 4.
You don't have a 3 or 4, but I'm gonna go with a 3, and it's you, who you said I should have taken in my starting lineup. But I'm
Larry
gonna-
Legend.
Larry Legend.
Okay.
I
mean, an obvious pick.
Yeah, him and Magic are definitely the 2 best players of the 80s, no doubt.
Yeah.
Larry is obviously one of the best offensive players of all time. I mean, he's made, what was it? I saw a thing the other day that was like Steph Curry's made more threes in 2 years than Larry made his entire career. But, I mean, the three-point line was
Very new.
fairly new back then, so...
Yeah. And wasn't nearly as emphasized.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like NBA executives thought it was like going to be like a 2-3 year thing, and they're going to be like, okay, no one cares about this. But now you look at it today, and it's
It's like the game now.
arguably the most important part of the
Yeah,
game.
it's
Like
like-
when you see a player, a big part of their scouting is can they shoot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what you have to be able to shoot to survive in the NBA today. If you can't shoot, then you're most likely not going to make it.
Like look at like Andre Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
He would be a really good center in like the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a great rebounder, but
the best rebounder in the league, and arguably could go down as top 5 ever.
yeah.
Which you see him, but like he's just in the wrong era, and that sucks for him. But he's a decent ball handler. You see him handle the ball, and he seems to know what he's doing. He just can't shoot for shit.
Yeah,
like
it's very, very difficult for him to put the ball in the rim.
yeah, he scores off like fast break dunks and alley oops sometimes, or maybe he'll get a rebound and put it right back up if no one's near him. But okay, so Larry Bird, you already said one of the best offensive players ever. My only thing is, could he keep up with the more fast-paced players, like our 2000s players? So like Kobe, Allen Iverson, Tracy. Could he keep up?
I think he could if it was before he threw out his back.
For a farm boy threw out his back.
Before he poured gravel on his driveway and threw out his back. So
Okay. All right. So what do I still need? I
you
need
need a power forward and a
small forward.
Small forward. You need a 3 and a 4. I need a 2.
I'm pretty pissed that you got like the other 2 best small forwards.
Well, I'm sorry.
Um.
I feel like there's a pretty solid pick out there that I'm not gonna let you know about. So
You already have a small forward. I don't feel like I need to worry about this. You don't have a power forward left yet, and I don't know. It's just tough because I'm picking between one of 2. Actually, no, I know who I'm picking. Kevin Garnett. That's easy.
Kevin Garnett at the 4.
Kevin Garnett at the 4 because he's gonna obviously have like Kareem, Steve Nash, Tracy. None of them are like high intensity guys. Maybe Tracy, but like none. I need someone who's out there that's gonna piss everybody off. Okay, and like if we're talking, like I want MVP Kevin Garnett, but I want like Celtics like attitude Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
if I can put those together, like.
Throw them up in the sky and see if they combine.
Because I want Kevin Garnett to go out there and like diss your players on like a personal level. Not just like, hey, you can't shoot, but like talk about their home lives.
All right.
You know what I mean? So I just need someone who's going to get inside the head of the other player. So yeah, Kevin Garnett.
All right. Kevin Garnett is your 4?
Yeah.
So I'm going to counter your 4 with one of the best rebounders and defenders of all time.
You are not.
I am. I'm doing it. All right? Leave me alone. I'm picking Dennis Rodman.
You're picking Dennis Rodman
Yes.
over Karl Malone and Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes.
Like my pick, I'm not saying Kevin Garnett is better than either of those players. You can make the argument. You just picked Dennis Rodman.
Yes. He is definitely a top 5 rebounder of all time.
He's the best rebounder of all time.
Calm down.
No, I won't calm down. I want to hear you say it.
Dennis Rodman is the best pick for my team here. Look at this. I got AI, Larry Bird, and Wilt, who are arguably not going to be able to keep up with your bench on defense. That man, that's going to be...
Wilt can.
Well, okay. Dennis Rodman, rebounding, defending.
You better get a great shooting guard.
He's shutting Kevin Garnett down.
You're insane.
Dennis Rodman is putting Kevin Garnett on the ground.
Okay, dude, whatever. I'm just...
Are you upset
I'm kind of upset.
that I picked Dennis Rodman? That I have
No, like, I get it. Like, he's on there for one reason.
I know. He can't score to save his life. But...
I don't know. I just don't feel like that's... In this situation, I like it. You know what? I'm going to respect the pick. We're going to move on. So this is my last... This is my last pick. So I need what? A small forward?
1, 2, 5, 4. Yep.
Okay. Now you were talking about how there's like an obvious good pick here.
Mm-hmm.
I know the players. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, Dr. J, Dominique, Paul Pierce, stuff like that. But I just don't know what I need. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I'm stupid. I'm picking Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know how I forgot about Kevin Durant. I'm picking Kevin Durant.
You got arguably the top 2 small forwards of all time.
And I don't think Kevin Durant's top 2 yet. He will be by the end of his career, I think, but not yet. Yeah. One of the best scorers ever, behind like Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
great interior defender. Really got his block numbers up in Golden State.
I mean, he is 7 foot, so
I just got to decide what Kevin Durant I want. Do I want like Golden State Kevin Durant, or do I want
I
like?
think you want
20
like scoring champ Thunder Kevin Durant.
So you're saying I want MVP Kevin Durant, like
Yes.
2013-14 Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think Kevin Durant was bad when he went to Golden State, but I think he definitely just became a little bit more systematic in Golden State. So
I don't know about that. He was definitely a freelance player.
no, I'm not saying like he became bad or like he
No,
conformed to Golden State. I'm just saying that with Steph and Clay there, that he was the first option. I feel like, but he didn't take on as much as the load as he did in Oklahoma City.
Oh, 100%, because he had 3
Yeah.
All-Stars on the team. Well,
And didn't have Westbrook throwing up, shooting 20% from the 3-point
shooting
line.
20% from the line. Okay. So, I don't know how I forgot about Kevin Durant. Let's move on. Your last pick. So, what do you need?
A shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
I just forgot who I was gonna pick because I am dumb. Shooting guard. Oh yeah, I remember who I was gonna pick now. Dwayne Wade.
That's a good pick.
I thought you were gonna argue with me. You looked at me like I was a little insane there.
I mean, so here's the thing about Dwayne Wade. I feel like he very much like people kind of respect that he's a top 3 shooting guard all time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's number 3. People respect that. Sorry.
Nice.
But people don't look into it. So like if you look at like 2006 when he
When he
won
played with Shaq?
when he won a championship with Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
he was putting up like 32 points a game in the finals. Like not over his career, not an amazing 3-point shooter, but could hit
he was
them.
good. He wasn't.
Yeah,
He wasn't.
He had like some season of like under 30%.
I know he
think.
wasn't like amazing, but he could hit shots when you needed him to.
Yeah, but like if we're talking like he's a shooting guard who can play 1 through 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he has the handles and the passing ability to play the 1, but he still has the size. He's like 6'5", 6'6".
He's 6'4".
He's 6'4".
I'm pretty sure Dwayne Wade is 6'4". Because he plays
Gross. No, I'm just kidding. But you saw he is one of the most unselfish players I've seen when it comes to playing with another superstar.
Yeah.
So you see him coming off the bench with the rest of your players like Allen. Like he knows Allen Iverson is going to be taking probably him and Larry Bird and Allen Iverson are going to be taking the bulk of the shots coming off the bench.
Yeah.
But then you'll definitely see
But Dwayne Wade is
definitely
the best like finishing player I feel like coming off my bench. AI is questionable, arguable, but I feel because
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade is super athletic and could dunk on people and drive the lane a lot. I feel like AI.
But you
was
can also
more-
pull it for like mid range.
Yeah, I know he's a great like inside the arc, really really good.
Yeah, my point was more of he's going to set those players up.
yeah, I can
Like
see that.
like Larry Bird is definitely going to be like a catch and shoot player coming off your bench, and Larry Bird is and Dwayne Wade is going to get him the ball.
Yeah,
Is what I'm saying. So that's a very good pick and good defender. He's like a 2-way player.
yeah, he's a great two-way
So
player.
he can probably keep Tracy from just destroying your team,
Okay,
which he's still going to do.
no, he's not. Tracy and Wilt are getting shut down.
Listen, Wilt's on your team, buddy.
Sorry, Kareem.
Tracy McGrady in his prime is one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen.
I don't doubt you.
Arguably the best.
Better than prime Kobe.
Better than Kobe. Better than Kevin Durant. You can at me at this. I don't care. And I will admit that I have biases, whatever the word is, because he's my favorite player of all time. But in his prime, I'm talking like right when he got traded to the Magic, not the first year, but the second year when he was putting up 32 points a game, greatest scorer ever.
ever. All right. Okay.
And I will not back down
You
from
will not
that.
back down from that. All right. so-
Honestly, I feel like nowadays a lot of people would have put James Harden in their lineup.
I could see it, but okay. So here's my thing with James Harden. I don't discredit him as a great player, and he'd probably be a top 5 shooting guard by the end of his career, possibly.
Yeah. He'll be number 4.
But
And number 5 behind Allen Iverson, I think.
I feel like James Harden. I know, like as a player, James Harden is amazing. But when it comes to the playoffs and they need him, and the Rockets need him to show up, I don't feel like he shows up when he needs to.
I can agree with that to a certain extent.
Not that he doesn't do stuff, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he's not like DeMar DeRozan.
Wow.
No, I'm taking shots at DeMar DeRozan.
All right.
Great player. Shitty in the playoffs.
Okay. But just Harden. Maybe it's just the Rockets, but it just seems like Harden always gets a lot of points, but I mean, the Rockets have never made it to
He is
the finals. So
he is the most selfish, unselfish player. And I know that sounds confusing. That sounds contradictory. But so he will get a lot of assists, but he's also taken 40 shots.
yeah, he shot 16 for 41 this year at some point. It's just
Yeah.
I feel like people just see the stats and they're like,
They see the stats. They don't care about the field goal percentage.
yeah.
Which is a very important thing.
Because if you're not a very efficient player, then you're not really helping your team. And I think you need to look at when they score their points. Because if you scored 30 points in the first quarter, but then you scored 6 points in the fourth quarter, when you're like,
When your team needs
your
it.
team needs it, yeah,
You
that's
know.
a big difference between. There's a big difference between those two.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. He just, and like you said, you already said it. I very much respect him as a player.
Yeah.
And he will go down as a top 5 shooting guard. But like, look at Carmelo. Okay. Carmelo is an amazing scorer, but we all know he's a very selfish player.
Yeah, Carmelo is definitely one of the greatest scorers of all time. But I mean, Carmelo is in the NBA for his stats and to get attention. Everybody talks about how he doesn't have a ring. It's because he
was selfish.
That thing Chauncey said a while ago, where he was like, Carmelo would have like 20 points and they'd win, and he'd be
pissed off.
Yeah,
Because he didn't have 30 points, but then he'd have 35 and they'd lose and he'd
and
run
be
up
like,
in the locker room
yeah,
like
like,
celebrating, like, look at me. Yeah. It's like, and there's been what ifs done by like Mike Korzumba, other people like that. Like, what if he got drafted by the Pistons in a system where they already had players
built around him
that would like shut him the fuck up and be like, listen, young man, we've been here. We have this already set up. You will definitely get the ball because we know how good you are. We've seen you play, but you need to know what your part is.
And okay, so here's another thing I'll say this about Carmelo. The thing about when Jeremy Lin came into the league, and Jeremy Lin was kind of like getting comfortable and adjusting to the league.
Yeah, Linsanity.
Yeah, and he was getting comfortable taking big shots and doing stuff. And
because Carmelo was out.
Yeah, and then Carmelo came back and was like,
I don't want him on this team.
I don't want you. I want to be the guy taking the shots.
Yeah, I want to be the man.
Yeah, it's just,
and so he literally got him traded.
It's an
or
ego,
like not signed or whatever.
Yeah, it's an ego problem.
Oh yeah, which like he's definitely more. Over the past couple of years, I think he's understood that he's aging, and he's not the same player.
A little bit better.
Like he definitely played very well as a third, fourth option on the Blazers. So that if he would have done that, and I'm not saying like on every team he should have been like the third, fourth option, but I'm saying he should have been more comfortable, like
allowing his teammates to
shine.
Yeah.
And more like he didn't care that Tyson Chandler was Defensive Player of the Year in 2012. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. All right, we got one more.
That was a tangent.
That was a very long tangent. Last one is coach. So mine, I'm just gonna list it off. Greg Popovich. I feel like that's easy. Greatest coach ever. I don't care what anyone says.
All right.
Less championships than Phil Jackson. Greg Popovich also didn't have, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Scottie Pippen, and Michael Jordan. He had Tim Duncan, Parker Robinson. No, wait.
I think he was there when David Robinson was there.
Okay. And Monty Ginobili. Okay, he had 3-4 Hall of Famers max. Robert Horry. You know what I mean? Robert Horry.
Big
Shot Bob. Yeah, Greg Popovich in my mind is and the thing that Greg Popovich like utilizes is in his system, because like let's say if this was going to be set up, they're like, okay, you get 3 practices to get each other acquainted, and then that's it, and then we play. Greg Popovich is going to have the time to put in a system in that amount of time and like teach it.
I know.
And like he very much utilizes passing, lots of passing. Like you see, like if you look up on YouTube, best ball movement basketball, you're going to see like 20 Spurs clips. You know what I mean? Because he understands that it's not one individual player. It doesn't matter if a player can put up 30 points a game. They're going to put it up in his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's his system, and it's worked very well up until...
5 championships.
Yeah. They kind of lost... Tim Duncan retired, Tony Parker regressed, Ginobili retired. They kind of lost everybody. Kawhi left.
They're still making the playoffs.
They could miss it this year, I think.
They would have missed it this year, I think.
And it would be the first time Greg Popovich has ever missed the playoffs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right. Who are you picking at coach?
Well, you dissed them a little bit, but Phil Jackson, because I don't know a ton of coaches. So
Brad Stevens.
For best coach of all time, though?
I'm not saying he's best coach of all time. This isn't best, but we discussed this. This isn't the best players of all time. This is who we think works best.
I'm just going with Phil Jackson. 11 championships as a coach.
I guess.
That's my argument.
Okay. Well, that's our list.
So you want me to run back through real quick, just so?
Yeah. Let me read off mine, and then you can read off.
Okay.
Yours. Okay. So my starting five, going from point guard to center, I got Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Charles Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. And running off my bench, I'm gonna do 1 through 5 again. So I got Steve Nash, Tracy McGrady, greatest scorer ever. My 3 is Kevin Durant, also one of the greatest scorers ever. 4 is Kevin Garnett, and 5 is Kareem. I think that 5 right there, if we're talking primes, could beat your starting lineup.
Your bench could beat my 5.
If we're talking primes. Go ahead and read. Go ahead and read yours.
Okay.
Because we need to wrap this up. We're already getting close.
So going point guard to center for me, starting lineup, I got Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tim Duncan, and Hakeem Olajuwon. I feel like my starting 5 is better than your starting 5.
I respect it.
I understand if you have your bench, but
Go ahead.
okay. And then my bench, point guard to center, Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, Larry Bird, Dennis Rodman, Wilt Chamberlain.
I think your bench kind of doo-doo.
Whoa, that's aggressive.
Because it's not just skill level, it's can they play together.
I know, but we're assuming all these players are at their prime.
I think Allen Iverson and Dennis Rodman would butt heads.
Oh, definitely. But that's what we want.
Just like Larry Bird is a very chill dude. Like he's definitely going to talk shit to the other team, but like with his teammates, like he never really had turmoil that much. Like he got mad at Kevin McHale for not going for the Celtics record whenever, he scored like 50 something points, But like Larry's just going to be like, whatever, I'm in the corner. Give me the ball.
I could see Dennis Rodman and Allen button heads, but I think they could work it out and we'd whoop your team. So
okay. Okay, my prediction.
I think it would go 7. If we
Are
went,
we doing like a playoff series?
if we went to
Are we doing a single game or a playoff series?
I think
because that's important.
I think we have to do a playoff series because that's the only way to determine which team is actually better. I feel like because one game you could have a fluky win or whatever. So
yeah. What team are you like representing?
what team am I
Are you
representing?
gonna do Pacers? Like they're all wearing Pacers jerseys?
I think I'm gonna have to go Bulls because I got 3 Bulls and their coach.
Really? I'm going 76ers
76ers.
because that's my favorite team.
Okay. Pacers are my favorite team, but I just think the Bulls would have to.
Yeah, no, I'm going 76ers.
Okay.
So we're doing a 7-game series.
7-game series.
You think your team could beat my team in a 7-game series?
I think it would go to 7 and it would be very close all the
Oh
time.
no,
but
I'm beating you in 6 games.
You're beating me in 6 games.
I'm beating you in 6 games.
in 7.
I'm beating you in 6. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope the quality is good, better than it was before. A lot less cutting out from our mics and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, we appreciate you listening. And you have something else to say?
So after this episode, we're gonna try to set it up to where we'll have it on iTunes and wherever you consume your podcast instead of just being on YouTube.
Yeah, just on YouTube. We're gonna be.
We're still gonna be posting to YouTube, but we'll be on all the other sites as well.
We'll be on every other platform. Okay. Well, like I said, we appreciate you listening, and yeah, that'll be it from us.
Have a good day, y'all.
Yep. Thanks for listening to the Fadeaway podcast.